Well, hey, Troy, how are you? Well, I'm good, real good to see you. Yeah, you as well. Hey, I have a question for you today, Troy. Do you have fingers? Well, of course I have fingers. See, I have fingers right here. Yeah, but your fingers look a little bit like mine are feeling these days, sort of stuck together and not very nimble and quick, right? Well, yeah, since I stopped playing football, my fingers aren't as good as they used to be. Well, that's understandable. So, Troy, there's a question I have about fingers that I've heard somebody say that crossing your fingers can bring you good luck. Do you believe that? Oh, I don't know. Well, didn't anybody ever wish you good luck? Well, yeah, before games, people often would say, "Good luck, Troy." And did somebody ever say they have their fingers crossed for you? Yeah, maybe so. Well, it is something that I have heard people say, I've gotten my fingers crossed. And maybe you've said it. Lots of people say it. And I can't quite cross my fingers like I used to. So, as I'm talking about crossing our fingers today, maybe you can be doing it and practicing at home. And Troy and I, we just can't do it. Ha! Okay. Well, crossing our fingers, or I have my fingers crossed, is a phrase that some people have said. And it's an expression of hope for good luck or for something good that will happen. Some people say I'm going to keep my fingers crossed as well. So the actual gesture, which really doesn't have to accompany the phrase, involves crossing one's middle finger over the index finger, and it's sort of like a superstition believed to bring off good luck or to have good luck or to do away with bad luck. Maybe you've heard somebody say, you know what? I've studied for that exam, that test for 2 weeks, so I hope I get a good grade on it. Fingers crossed. Or fingers crossed that I'll get my packages delivered in time for my birthday. Well, all those things. So the act of crossing your fingers or saying that you've crossed your fingers is this wish for good luck. Now, you know what, Troy? I was doing a little bit of reading about crossing fingers, and there's some things I've learned. Oh, what? Well, I learned that the act of crossing someone's fingers really belongs to the tradition of Christianity. And in the early days of Christianity, it was an attempt or a symbol of imploring God for protection, to cross your fingers, Lord, protect us. Also, that it was sort of a symbol of crossing your fingers, and again, I can't do it as well as some of you, that you could make a cross. So it was symbolic of Christianity and of Jesus. And some people in the early days of Christianity would use it as a signal to show to others that they believed in Jesus. Sort of was like a secret kind of symbol. But they would cross their fingers because it reminded them of the cross of Christ. Then this crossing of your fingers later became known as the sign to ward off evil, or when somebody would cough or sneeze, you would say, oh, cross your fingers to them to wish them well. And some people have taken it to mean that if you cross your fingers, you'll get away with telling a white lie, or you make a promise and you cross your fingers and you don't really have to keep that. Maybe you've heard some people say that while they're saying something, their fingers are crossed, and then they say it's not really true. So there's some things that people have done with their crossed fingers. But all of this, Troy, makes me think of what the Bible has to say about good or bad luck. Well, what does it have to say, Newt? Well, actually, Troy, the Bible doesn't have a lot to say about bad or good luck. Rather, it speaks more of finding favor with God and of God's favor to men and God's blessing to men. Now, we do believe that God is sovereign and does not act on our behalf by chance or by luck or because we may have our fingers crossed. Rather, God, as sovereign God, is in control of the universe, and things happen for reasons. In Proverbs 16:33, there's a proverb that says, lots are cast into the lap to make decisions, sort of like the tossing of a dice, or what you would consider to be a gamble. Lots are cast into the lap to make decisions. That's how men do things. But everything that is decided comes from the Lord. So that is referencing the sovereignty of God, in that there really isn't anything that's beyond his control. Proverbs 16:9 says, their hearts, human beings plan their lives. Yeah, we plan our lives. But the Lord decides where their steps will take them. Again, this sovereignty of God idea that nothing is beyond his control. So as we think about wishing bad or good luck for people and crossing our fingers, maybe it's not such an important thing to do. Maybe rather we need to think about where our gifts of good come from and thank God for them. Rather than being afraid of things, of bad luck, 1 Timothy 1:7 says God gave us his Spirit. And the Spirit doesn't make us weak or fearful. Instead, the Spirit gives us power and love, and he helps us control ourselves. So I believe that it's not always about bad or good luck, Troy. It's rather our dependence on God. And we are reminded in James 1:17, he says, every good and perfect gift is from God. This kind of gift comes down from the Father who created the heavenly lights. And these lights create shadows that move. But the Father does not change like these shadows. Oh, Troy, we serve a good God. I know. That's right. And so we really don't have to cross our fingers to wish favor for ourselves. I believe we just need to pray and trust God that he will do and bring us into what is the best place for our lives. What about you? Yeah, I'll go with that. All right. Well, thanks, Troy. And everyone, I hope that you all have a day not of good luck or bad luck, but a day of God's favor and God's blessing. May your day be filled with joy and with peace.